Artemis around the moon thing. Well, hello, folks. Welcome to Off Night. We got another solid show for you. We're waiting for one of our guys, hopefully coming from the orbit out around the Neptune, and we'll be talking a lot about what's going on today and what's happening with the world a little bit, and also hopefully it'll be humorous. Please welcome your MC and host, Mr. Mark Sweetman.
Hey, there we go. Let me give him a little more music to get us a bit. Hi. Welcome to the Off Night. We're every Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Pacific Time. And if you're anywhere else in the world, we just call it Greenwich Mean Time -5. So there we go. Although with Daylight Savings Time, are we -4? I don't know. Anyway, I always knew it as a kid as Greenwich Mean Time -5. Which means if it's 8 here, it is 1 o'clock in the morning in Greenwich, England. So, what can I do for you?
Mm-hmm.
We're starting off the show with my daughter off to the side here. Do you need something?
Oh, that's cool.
I'm just tired.
Oh, okay.
The
Anyway, it's 4:20, and so there's all kind of line. There's lines up outside of weed shops on 4:20, the way there's lines outside of donut shops on Fat Tuesday, and lines outside of Best Buy on Black Friday, and lines outside of Irish pubs on March 17th. Trying to think of what else we line up for around here. Anyway, Jason gave me a message. He'll be joining us as soon as he rids himself of a passenger, and we'll let him tell the story when he gets here. Jason is our faithful sidekick and my announcer every week. Jason, how's it going? Did I mute you? What happened here? Still there?
I'm still here. You got me
Okay.
off.
What's that?
I'm off the thing.
Oh, hold on.
I'm in the holding zone.
Gotcha. All right.
I'm
You're
on
right.
deck. I'm on
You're
deck.
I gotcha. Sorry, there he is right there. Okay.
Hi, guys.
That I still have not been able to take off the host and unqualified tech advisor because every week I make some technical mistake, and so that was. In fact, I should have a little banner for that says this week's technical error. Let's see if I can find it.
Yes, this week's technical error.
This week's technical error.
Next week's technical error.
We can go on Kalshi and make bets on it.
Now I have a question. How do you? I was driving by the dope places, the marijuana places, and there were long lines. Why is that happening today?
420.
Oh,
the date is 420. It's the weed holiday.
The weed holiday. Oh,
and
God.
Where's my weed Jilly? What does 420 signify? Oh, now she's gone. Now that I need her, she's not here. Her sister's more of a weed. Her sister's actually more of a weed person than she is, especially since she became pregnant.
Well, we can look that up. What the 420 means. I mean,
sure. I got my Google right here.
There you go. Got my Google right here. His name's Paul
Revere. And if the guy right here says if the weather's clear, can do.
That guy with the Google can do. Okay.
All right, hold on. I'm going to ask. And okay. What does 420 mean to the weed community?
The number 420 is a well-known code for marijuana.
It's a code for marijuana, but who established the code?
I wonder if it's the police.
Oh, okay. It was popular. The originators were the Waldos. This is according to Google.
Okay.
The Waldos were 5 students at San Rafael High School in California, and they used 420 Louis to mean meeting by Louis Pasteur statue on campus to smoke weed after school.
Ah,
So 420 was the time, and Louis was the place. Louis, but it gained inter-wide national popularity when the Grateful Dead began using the term amongst the Deadheads for the same purpose. 420 meaning weed.
weed. Got it.
The holiday known as Weed Day, celebrated on April 20th, began being used by people to signify a holiday for weed. It's known as Weed Day or Cannabis Holiday, and it's celebrated with festivals, concerts, and gatherings. Well, there you go. 420 was actually a group of 5 high school students. Now I got to find out who these kids were, because this is back in '71. This is before I was in high school, so they're like they're older than I am. They're in their 70s now. These guys that they didn't invent it as a holiday. They just invented it as a
code for themselves.
Code for themselves. Yeah.
I picked up the Grateful Dead. Wow. Well, speaking of the Grateful Dead, there's a Grateful Dead day at Comerica Park. I'm gonna keep calling it that, Tiger Stadium, and I guess it's on the Friday the 26th, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you get a it's a pretty good looking shirt too. It's got the head on the back with a tiger symbol on it. It's got it's all tie-dye color.
So is this
Jason,
the
made
day
it.
that all the Deadheads?
Hey guys,
Is this the day all the Deadheads go to Tiger Stadium?
Yeah,
All right, give us a story.
find it.
Give us a story, Jason.
I've had a friend of mine. He's a sponsee, someone I know through a certain anonymous organization I'm not allowed to mention.
The mafia.
And don't I wish? But he's literally going off the deep end. He called me up. He needed a ride. He needed this. He needed that. I went out there to pick him up, and he was like way off the deep end and frightening and threatening. And I've been.
Does he know where you live?
Yes, he does. And I dropped him off at his mother's house, which she isn't home right now, or she's like dead and in the backyard, under 6 feet, something like that. I ended up, basically telling him to get his stuff and tossing him out because in the past, I've known, he carries a knife. And then
did you call the police?
Yes, without hesitation.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. Because he's in that could hurt himself, could hurt others.
So does he take medication?
He doesn't, but he should. He's been in the puzzle house in the past for basically having these dissociative events where the reality in his head and the reality that's real become very difficult for him to distinguish one from the other. If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And literally, this was a guy that I've never seen before. If that makes any sense, and I find it disturbing and I find it frightening. Because again, I don't know.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing for you to handle yourself. That needs police.
Yes.
Was this a personal pickup?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, he's like, he's trying to throw money at me, and I'm like, dude, we're friends. You don't know. And he starts calling. He's telling me that he's buying me. That he said that he expects me. He wanted me to spend the night with him. He wanted me to do this and that. And by spend the night, I don't mean anything sexual. I mean he just needed me to sit there and hold his hands and whatnot. And it's like, dude, you don't understand. You don't call me up out of the clear blue when I have plans and I've got this and that. And he's like, I told you about all this. I told you specifically this was all going to happen. And I never said, hey, guys, no, this is the voices in his head being a lot louder than the reality that's out here. And it's, by the way, if you're wondering, I'm in my car presently. So
yeah.
How'd you get?
And I got
the Beatles and the how'd you get the Beatles and the mannequins in with you there?
It's a big car.
Yeah.
Very big car. It's a 1965 Chrysler Imperial. Remember?
Oh,
Weren't
I
those
like,
the days?
And just like you'd expect, no room for Ringo. He's just
Well, he had to take
no
his own
room
car.
for Ringo.
Ringo, I mean, you
That's
know.
right.
no
Yeah.
no room for Ringo. Yeah.
No, I mean, he said it's always been you three and never me, and so yeah, I've had to block him, and I mean he started taking his money, and the guy had cash. He started throwing it out the window, and I know part of me is like, go back and get the cash, but it's like no, much like you know when Brutus, or I mean not Brutus, but Judas throws the 40 pieces away, and it's like, no, that's not good money.
Do we still have hospitals for that type of thing?
Not as much as we used to.
No, the police department is taking over for that.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Unfortunately, they're using the police as an ad hoc mental institution.
Andy again is spot on.
Speaking of that, and I'm not going to put it live on the show, but
please,
Andy, you and I have an acquaintance. I would even call him a friend, who's got himself into that kind of trouble. I'm not going to talk about it here.
Well, we don't need to know, but yeah,
I'll wait until you're done. But remind me about that, because I didn't want to.
Well, that's the thing. My pal is he's a very talented musician. He's a talented artist, and sometimes these folks, they just got to screw loose. I mean, I don't know what the psychological terminology would be.
Genius. I believe they call it genius.
Exactly.
I mean, if they're a genius artist, there's always a screw loose in a genius artist.
Oh, hell yeah! I mean, we all remember, even though I didn't know him, you guys certainly did. Richard Jeni, who again, genius, who literally over the course of just a few days spun out and was gone. I couldn't say I spoke to him, but I was in a chat group with him, right,
like a couple weeks before he passed, and you wouldn't have. I mean, I was shocked as hell. I would have never suspected anything.
Well, the thing is, we tend to think that mental illness is something that is just sort of that we choose to engage in. Just suck it up, Buttercup. You'll be, but no, something really has gone wrong,
or that you use it as an excuse.
Yeah, the most recent event with the Reiners.
Oh shit!
I mean, they had all sorts of issues and whatnot, but I mean, at a certain point in time, someone crosses a threshold and people get hurt and people get killed.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting there thinking, is this guy going to plunge a fucking dagger into my fucking chest while I'm trying to drive? Because again, he's up front with me. He's in a perfect position to do that. My hands are on the wheel. I'm paying attention to the road.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going off the deep end and going on the wacky.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Andy, if you saw the message, but the message I sent to Mark, I was quite sincere. You remember back in the old code to keep an eye on us. We were like cab 65 or cab 66.
There's no cab 88 there,
Cab 88, yeah. That's exactly what I was going for, because this is a weird, wacky situation here.
Andy and I were talking about that. It's one of the things with getting rid of all the the ride sharing services, getting rid of all the cabs, is you don't have a dispatcher to call back to anymore.
Right.
Yeah. There's nobody to call to look out for you.
No.
I mean, and Uber says, well, you can call us if something's going wrong. I'm dialing the phone while somebody's stabbing me.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna have Samir in Lahore. When he's busy, not doing something else.
Are you okay? Hello. Hello. This is the emergency.
Hello?
Oh, you must call San Francisco, please. No, you're calling the wrong number, please. San Francisco.
I have scanned your phones, and I'm going to give away all your personal pictures to your friends unless you give me $1,500 immediately. It's like, thank you, Samir. Thank you. Hold on.
Very good. Goodbye now. I appreciate it.
The head of Waymo.
Got to go. Okay.
The head of Waymo, Waymo doesn't even have drivers. That's all automated.
I saw Waymo on the road today.
So Waymo, but
I was
head
in
of
Detroit.
Waymo,
I saw it. It went by me. I saw it on the road.
I'll get mine in here.
Yeah, go ahead.
The head of Waymo was talking to Congress, testifying before Congress.
Yeah,
I think it was the Senate. One of the senators asked him,
right,
now if they need to talk to a human, right? Let's say there's a reason for them to talk to a human. can you think of any? And the guy says, I can't think of any, because he says, well, that's the way you guys are thinking of this thing, is that there's no reason to have any human. In fact, if you could get money for just driving from one spot to another without even a human being, you'd probably take that. But that's not what you do. You have to, I mean, he says, so if they need to talk to a human, can they get a hold of a human? He says, yes, they can call a number. And he says, and where is that human? And he says, the Philippines.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in the
So
Philippines.
that guy's a long way from
he's being locked up.
Yeah.
In a smaller compound,
Guys, consider this about Waymo and the other self-driving apparatus that's out there. You're taking a $40,000 car, you're mounting $75,000 to $100,000 worth of cameras and navigational equipment on that vehicle. Andy and I both know the economics of driving without making people go to sleep. You're never going to recover that kind of money from the fares, from the money you charge, and but the thing is, those are looking in and looking out. So what they become are rolling data platforms, constantly scanning faces, people, places, license plates all the time, everywhere. That's why they do this. That's why that thing suddenly goes from being a $30,000 car with $80,000 worth of tech on top. It isn't because of the money we toss in for the ride, because of everything else. And therein is the issue.
Susan has joined us, so I got to catch
Susan.
Susan. I got to catch Susan up here because we didn't get to your poem.
Right.
So here's
what does the rest of your shirt say? Tom says break free.
Break free.
Oh, it's Spring Hill Camps.
That was a theme one year.
Oh,
At the bottom it says 1994. When our oldest was a little camper.
32 years ago.
It's a place where I worked in high school and college, summer camp, and I taught horseback riding.
I can't imagine hanging on to a shirt for 20 years.
Well,
it well made?
It was colder today and it has long sleeves. And
94 was 32 years ago.
I don't think I wore it tremendously a lot, but yes, I recently uncovered it, and it's cold and it's got long sleeves.
I have some underwear that's old, but no shirt,
I like t-shirts. I'm a collector.
Let's hear your poem.
Well, I got to find it first, so talk amongst yourselves. I wrote it. I didn't memorize it, and usually Mark has done it already.
Well, the reason we haven't was just before we went on, I got a text message from Jason letting us know that he was in a, what did he call that situation? What'd you call that situation?
I don't know, but it was cab 88 situation is
cab 88. That's
the old taxi term.
Yeah.
Oh, yellow cab turned for help.
He was in a serious high tension event with a crazy passenger.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then and after that, made sure that he was clear. This is not a joke. I'm hoping to get him dropped off very soon. So anyway.
So we're safe. All's well now. We're safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's why you came on at 15 after, and we hadn't read your poem yet, because
all right. Well,
I took over the discussion.
And I wrote this yesterday when I had time. I had a very busy day. So are you ready? I've got it pulled up here.
Ready.
Are we ready?
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Yes.
There you go. Let her rip.
Yes. I need the poem. All
right.
The poem.
Then
let her rip.
Here we go. UK investigates arson attacks on several Jewish sites. Sustained campaign of violence. Starmer will put up a fight. Just call me Meg, said Meghan Markle. The trip to Australia was successful. Harry had the spotlight while on the ground. Meghan was a natural. The trip was sound. Their focus no longer is royals, if you were to ask. The philanthropy goal accomplished. They are on task. North Korea launched multiple ballistic missiles at the sea. In Angola, they love the American Pope, but not our president. Gee. That's the poem.
Oh.
Thank you. Ugh.
All right.
I'm
First
transitioning into the house, guys, so just ignore me.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna ask the question that I had from this poem. Is there any good reason to pick a fight with a pope?
If you think that you're almighty and don't like it when somebody is liked more than you, then you might pick a fight with the Pope.
He already killed the supreme leader of Iranian Islam.
In a little while, I'm online.
Hey.
I just chopped up a bunch of onions and some potatoes. If you want to.
Okay.
Oh, onions and potatoes.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Okay.
I was with a guy in the back seat, and somebody got talking about. I had the radio on. He's talking about how bad Trump is, but he was talking about what really pissed him off. He's a very religious guy. What pissed him off was not. He says, I kind of like what he's doing, but what really sends me off. I don't want to do it. I don't want to vote for him. Is when he did the painting of him as Christ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was the final straw. That was the straw. There we go.
If Jesus were walking around right now, I think Trump would pick a fight with Jesus.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's something about this president of ours that I mean, you may have noticed he never apologizes when he has a big faux pas. There's no I'm sorry ever comes out of his mouth.
He doesn't laugh at jokes that aren't at somebody else's expense.
Yeah.
He called the victims or whatever.
He doesn't.
What?
He doesn't have and never has had a dog. Something is very wrong with that man. He does not have a dog.
So I don't know if, something, maybe he was dropped on his head as a child or something horrible happened to him. I don't know, but he lacks empathy. He lacks the ability to tell the truth. I don't know.
Well, the guy in the back said he's the Antichrist from Revelations.
Really? I thought
I don't know.
Why did I think the Antichrist would be more attractive?
But we don't know when the end will be. So
I thought Bill Graham was the Antichrist. I'm old.
Billy Graham?
No, Bill Graham. Bill Graham, the promoter.
The Fillmore.
Wait a minute. I actually sang at the Silverdome in the Billy Graham choir.
Well, it's different Billy Graham. This
1970 something. Oh, a different Billy Graham.
This is Bill Graham. This is
he was one of the big promoters of psychedelic rock in San Francisco back in the Haight-Ashbury district. He had a theater there called the Fillmore.
Yes.
Of which our Fillmore in Detroit is named after, because originally that was the State Theater. Now it's called the Fillmore.
Yeah.
And there was the Fillmore East in New York, and he basically helped usher in the psychedelic music age.
Yes, and he died in an airplane or in a helicopter crash. I think he was in the same helicopter with Stevie Ray Vaughan, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that.
I did not
well,
know that.
Who knows?
AI knows.
I'm.
But AI sometimes gets it wrong.
Oh, tell me about it.
They do.
Yes, they do.
If I put in Billy Graham, I'd get a different Billy Graham.
When he died in a helicopter.
Yeah.
I have not sung with the psychedelic Bill Graham.
No. His one of his he like promoted Led Zeppelin's last tour in '77.
Although I wouldn't turn down the opportunity if I ever had it.
Well,
like that.
the man was certainly an impresario, so there's that.
They were returning from a Huey Lewis and the News concert.
Oh,
and only the only people with him that died in the crash were his girlfriend and the pilot.
So you died coming back from a Huey Lewis and the News concert, though. I mean, you have to live with that through eternity.
Hey, come on! There's some good songs from that guy.
Hip.
Come on.
Oh, come on. Hip to feel bad and my
Hip
hair.
to be square. Hip to be
hip-
square.
Hip to be square. Hip to
Mark,
feel
Ron,
bad.
come on, man.
Hip to feel bad. That's for the aging people like us.
That
Our
would be
hips to
us.
feel
You
Yeah.
bad.
good?
You
Don't
know,
make me sick. Yeah, sir. You know.
I mean,
Come on.
if I'm coming back from, say, a concert with like Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, The Who, the Rolling
You know you're
Stones,
gonna die.
and in which case, yes, that's good. That's it. That's the way I should go. That's the way I'm supposed to go. But from Huey Lewis and the New, I mean, oh my God, why not Bananarama? Why not the Psychedelic Furs? Why?
How about Salt and Pepper?
How about Salt and Pepper? Exactly. I mean,
Do you have a? This is a
How about Milli
Colbert
Vanilli?
question.
How about Milli Vanilli? How about Milli
What was
Vanilli?
your first concert, or do you have a
Milli
favorite
Vanilli. There
concert
you go.
you ever went to?
well, my first concert was the Grateful Dead.
We're
And it
just
was,
thinking of those.
and then I saw the Eagle, the 1979 Hotel California version of the Eagle. That was when
Oh.
Chrysler Arena had rock
I
concerts.
was at that Chrysler Arena concert.
That was a good show.
It was a
Were
good
you the
show.
guy? You the guy in the bathroom third stall with the wide stance?
I was
that-
not.
He
no,
was
okay.
the guy that went, ha!
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
My
good.
first concert was the Fifth Dimension at the State Fair.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
My
I was-
first
I saw Bob
concert
Hope
was
at the
8 years
state
old.
fair.
Was
my
that?
first concert was Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band at the Flint IMA.
There you go.
Ooh, wow.
Okay, my first concert, if you don't count the Detroit Symphony Orchestra,
Right.
when I won tickets when I was 10 years old, my first concert would have been the Carpenters, Karen
cool.
and her
Ooh.
brother
That would have been
Yeah.
good.
at
Nice.
Pine Knob. But
You
my
know-
favorite
Wow.
concert had to be the Beach Boys, also at Pine Knob.
The what?
The Beach Boys.
It depends
The
on which
Beach Boys.
iteration of the
Beach
Beach
Boys?
Boys you
Wow.
got.
Yeah, circa 1980, something like that. The
Well,
Beach Boys.
then you might have actually had some real Beach Boys still in the band. I mean, other than Mike
Yes,
Love.
yes.
You know, I mean,
Mike
guys-
Love is the only one
Deal
left.
up in Royal Oak. Up at that.
It was such a fun
Magic
concert,
Bag.
and the lawn. Remember those tickets were like $5.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. Just
only good
so much
only good
fun.
for the price. Other than
The
that,
next best I
Not a
would
big
have
fan.
to say was more recently when 2018 Mark and I went to see Elton John.
great
I would
show.
have.
So
One
good.
of one of
So
the guys I've never got to see. I mean, all these years, and I never
Well,
got to see him.
once we saw that concert, I wanted it. Now I was sorry that we didn't see Paul McCartney because Paul McCartney had been in there like 9 months earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't put Detroit on his next tour. I think his next tour is his last one.
About 10 years ago, Brian Ferry of Roxy Music fame was at the Michigan Theater, and I would have loved to have seen him there.
you know who I'd like to go see is Weird Al Yankovic. He's going to be in Windsor.
and the
Wow.
guy
Sure.
sells out to this day. The guy gets the crowds. Can you believe? I mean, people
We should
still
all
love
go
him.
to Windsor and see his show.
He
I
was
mean,
just here. He was just here at the Freedom Hill Theater
Yeah.
a couple of years ago.
Weird Al.
The best
yeah.
show I ever saw at Pine Knob was the Monkees back in
Oh,
1995.
you worked at that one.
Yeah, because I got to watch it from backstage. That was very cool.
Was Mike with them that year or no? Do you remember?
That was the only one who was not with them. Mike
Nesmith.
Nesmith was the only one. Peter Tork,
right.
Davey Tork, Davy Jones, and Mickey Dolenz. All
Mickey
three of them were
Dolenz.
there, but Mike Nesmith was not there. As everyone said, this was the big joke backstage. He doesn't need to be here. He's got whiteout money.
You pretty much, yeah. You know,
That was
But-
what, 94, 90?
95, 95. It was the same. It was the same. It was the same week that J.P. McCarthy died. I remember because I was working for Dick Purton.
Oh,
Remember, I was
wow.
working for Dick Purton that week.
The Whoa
Um,
Boys. Whoa.
Yeah.
well,
All right,
you
Cookie. Go and
so,
get him,
so,
will
so
ya?
when JP died, you didn't see Dick Purton giving a shady fella an envelope full of money or anything, did
No,
you?
but the news came
no,
and
no.
interviewed Mark because
No,
Mark
Dick Purton. They
knew
came to interview Dick
JP.
Purton.
Mark
and he
worked
goes-
for JP. He did his internship
They
at
came to interview- the
WJR.
news stations came to interview Dick Purton on the morning show, and he goes, "Talk to that guy, right?" And he points to me, he goes, "Talk to that guy. He worked for him." So
Yeah.
I got interviewed for the news station, but they didn't want to hear from Mark Sweetman. They wanted to hear from Dick Purton.
Well, yeah.
He goes,
They,
I don't,
they
he
talked
goes
to
like,
Dick Burton too, but you had really had the interview because you knew JP.
yeah.
And again, that was back when AM. Oh God,
It
when
was
they had
95, and you know how I know it was 95? Another thing that happened that same week was Windows 95 came out. That was
Oh.
the week.
Yeah.
Windows 95.
oh
Mickey Mantle died that week. Windows 95 came out. Mark Sweetman opened for the Beatles at Pine Knob.
Not the Beatles, the Monkeys.
I'm sorry, the
Close
Monkeys.
enough.
JP McCarthy died. There was a lot of stuff that happened. I remember because I was writing all the jokes for the headlines that for 2 weeks. I wrote jokes for the headlines.
We only had 2 children.
2 kids.
And the
Then
guys
you,
that-
then
the
you
guys
got a
that helped-
writing gig for
and-
Gabe Kaplan. Remember that?
When I was writing for Burton at night at my house, we'd have Jim McLean, Kevin Kramus, and Gary George. We called ourselves 4 Men in a Notepad, and they were helping me write the jokes for the next day.
Oh God!
Wow.
And so I'd come in with some typewritten stuff. I was still working on a computer with floppy disks.
Yes.
But
you got it to work. You didn't have to buy a new laptop for a 3-week gig and spend all your money.
Yeah. He paid pretty well. He paid better than the comedy clubs were paying at that time. So
yeah, I remember that laptop. In fact, it cost you $500, and that was such a good deal back then.
I remember it was. Yeah, I bought it off of. Andy may remember this name. Jack.
Jack the computer dude in his.
No, he was a lawyer and a comic from Columbus. I can't think of his name now. Columbus, Ohio. He worked with Eric Champnella
That sounds familiar.
at Nickelodeon on, I think it was Tommy Neutron, or maybe it was a different show they worked on together. You remember Eric Champnella, right, Andy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. He had a friend up in that was from the UP. He did a lot of work with, and they were both comedians. And they created,
this guy was from
John Heffron. Sorry.
Yeah, Heffron. Heffron's coming back. I saw an ad for Heffron at Ann Arbor's Comedy Showcase.
Yeah,
I think he does Ann Arbor every year because he's got family here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he lives up in South Lyon these days.
He lives in. I think does he move back to South Lyon?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Dave Coulier is back in St. Clair Shores.
$1 million goes further in South Lyon than it does in.
Yeah, Tim Meadows lives in suburban Detroit. I don't know where, but he's got that CBS show now, so he's probably out in Hollywood more than he is here. But he did move back here.
Oh yeah.
Did we lose Jason, or is he coming back?
I don't know. We started talking about people that we know, and he goes, "Oh, when they get back to talk about crazies in my back seat, I'll be back on."
Okay, crazies in the back seat.
So,
go ahead.
I got another Zoom rehearsal for like the next 2 weeks, and then I can start joining the show at 8.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, I think you said your rehearsals are moving to Tuesday nights?
Yeah, they're going to move.
I'm still trying to get a hold of the hotel to see if I actually have the numbers to be able to get the room. So
okay. Well, we're not going to do the late night cruise, so we have Sunday night available. If you're going to go to Carnegie, June 14th.
Oh, yes.
I sent you the info. Mark has not bought his ticket yet, so maybe you can get seats together if you're really going to go.
Well, I'm not flying out there, so I'll take the train.
We got Spirit, and Spirit may go under. So
also, the seats are terrible for me. I have to take the bus or drive out there.
Yeah, they're not good seats.
Yeah,
but it's the flight's like an hour and a half or something. It's not too long.
Well, I mean, yeah, the train's not too bad. It's like maybe 12 hours. But
did you hear? Speaking of news, did you hear about the train and Amtrak getting stuck because there's fires down in Florida?
Oh, fires!
So people are stuck on the train, not moving for a day and a half or 2 days.
Yeah. Well, there's possibility. I mean, when I took the train from Southern California to North California, there was a car on the rails. So they had to stop us for 20 minutes while they got this car towed off the rails. So, it's an adventure to be on the train, but there is a
Yeah, we've taken Amtrak twice across the country. You go to Chicago and get on a real train, and then go out to Los Angeles. And
What do you mean you go to
I thought
Chicago and get on a real train? That was a real train we
that's a
took to
good one.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Not
did
the
you guys
commuter
get a
train.
room together? Did you go to better one of the rooms, or just stay in
No. We just
No, we stay in. We did have an adventure on one of the trips. So somebody had an epileptic seizure, and so we were stopped for quite a while they took them off the train, with EMS, somewhere in New Mexico, I think it was. So we were quite late getting to our destination. Mark did call ahead to the car rental place and so forth. So we were all good, but other people, were really
the key
having
to
a bad time of it.
the key to riding the train is don't have anything at the end.
Yeah, but the guy with the medical emergency was sitting up on the gurney as they took him off. So I think his outcome was probably just fine.
Yeah, so I mean, if I take the train, I'm not going to expect that I'll be able to I'll be there at a certain time. I'll give myself enough time,
Right.
a full day, to be able to get through going. So if I go out there, I'll go out there by train, but I'll have a hotel the night before your show, and then I'll be there available for your show.
Okay.
Then I'll be able to leave after your show. The great thing about driving for Uber is you can at least pick the days you work. So, I mean, I haven't. It all depends on whether I can get the free hotel rooms. So,
Okay.
but maybe I'll just do it. Maybe let's just do we'll just do a road trip. A 24-hour road trip. Just drive in there, see your show, and then drive out.
Okay. Well, there's not a lot of good, cheap parking in New York, so.
Oh yeah, just $100 parking spots. Yeah, What you do is you reserve a spot at the location. It's like when I went to Chicago with White Sox game.
Oh, here he comes. Oh well, Jason.
Jason,
Yeah,
back?
I had to, that was the police. They called back, and they're not taking him to the hospital like they should. But
you called about him.
Yeah,
okay,
that was a real event.
You're a good
guys,
citizen.
I've been driving people since 1991. I don't push the big red button easily. Andy, you've worked with me. You know that.
Yeah, they have to be naked before they're finally.
Well, even then, I mean,
they have to. You still take them naked as long as they put a diaper on the seat.
A doily, I'd like to say. There's other words for it, but we'll go with that for the time being. I mean, there's, but yeah, and even when you care about someone, whatever when someone else completely different pops out from behind the curtain and whatnot, it's not a pleasant event. And yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen. I've blocked him, on all media and whatnot, so maybe he gets some help that he needs and they can kind of calm him back down and get him back into the same cosmic plane you and I are functioning on. But until then, like I say, again, I don't mean to point to this to be overly dramatic, but the Reiner family is a good example of what happens when people don't take serious mental health issues and breakdowns seriously. Tragedy ensues. And I think that was the case here. I genuinely felt threatened, and I don't feel threatened by very much. I've been in some shitty situations before, up to and including having a gun at the back of my head while I'm being robbed at the Domino's Pizza I was managing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, whereas this was on a par with that, if not above it.
All right. Well, I teach women's self-defense, so if you need any loved women that would like to take a self-defense class, I don't charge anything either. So
it probably worked for men too. I imagine
the smallest class I taught was a mother and daughter. I've taught Girl Scouts and gone to church MOPS, mother of
Yeah.
preschoolers classes and taught there, and just a lot of
Yeah,
places.
you got to have awareness.
I did a class for my coworkers once, just at a lunch
And
hour.
and
So,
when someone's going off on the deep end, and you don't that's not the time to go, well, they're just having a bad day. I don't know, they'll put the knife down eventually. Yeah.
Jason,
No.
can I circle back to the Domino's
Yeah.
robbery? What
Yeah.
happened there?
I was at Domino's Pizza. I was managing the store down there on Broadway, P&B the Lower. It's now a Cottage Inn, but it was a Domino's at the time. And this was about 1989, 1990. We'd had remember when that section of town, guys, get ready for this. There was a time Ann Arbor had a shady neighborhood. Can you
Yeah.
believe it?
What?
well,
Yes.
we were in California then, so I guess we left at the right time.
Yes, we had Andy will vouch for me. We actually had kind of shady little neighborhoods, and that's where my Domino's was. And these guys had been knocking over and we knew they were going around, and we had they came in midsummer, and they got hoodies on and everything, and both of them had these little pea shooter Saturday night specials, but they still put a gun to the back of my head, which was one thing, and the back to the head of my driver. Her name was Debbie, and I was really worried about her, that they were going to try and do something to hurt her, because that I would not have allowed that. Not to sound like some sort of a hero, but it's like, look, at this point I had been through prison, so I mean, I've already faced down people who I knew who had been adjudicated as straight up murderers. So, and actually, those guys were easy to deal with. They'd done their crime, they were doing their time, they were good to go. I mean, these guys were just a couple of, to use an expression that my friend Herb used to tell me, a couple of junior flips. I don't know what that means, but at any rate, yeah, they were, and they robbed us of about $200 in cash, and they were later busted doing it to some other people and ended up getting some time for it. But for a period of time, they had a gun to the back of my head.
Did you have to go testify in
Yes,
court?
I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah. So
and
they just had a walk at Belle Isle for victims of crime just last Sunday,
So
I think.
You were in the car and they robbed you in your car?
No, I was managing the pizza store. At the time, I was a Domino's pizza store manager. They came into the store.
And they went around behind you and got
They
you.
went around the counter. They walked in, came around the counter, produced weapons, put a gun to my head, put a gun to my girl Debbie's head, said, "Where's the money?" And we went back. Now, we had drop safes at that time, so the other $1,000 was in the drop safe. And I'm like, "There's 15-minute lock on that, pal. Good to go. This is you want money? Here it is. You got about $200 here. Take it away." And they decided to do that and leave. And again, I'd like to say that I threw him to the floor and I grabbed the gun, and now I gave him a couple $100 and said, "Go, get out of my."
Something to be said for taking martial arts. I have a red belt in Tung Sudo Karate. I never got the black belt, but we learned gun and knife takedowns. So
well, the thing is,
you got to practice those skills. But
it's one thing, when they've got a gun to my head, but when they got a gun to someone else's head, that's it. And again, if they can give the money and go, that's fine. Now, if they start saying we're going into the walk-in refrigerator, no, because that's when you get killed. No, that's not good. Same thing happens in the cab business. If they put a gun to the back of your head, you have the brake, you have the steering wheel. If they're behind you, there's a lot of things you can do to put that car against in a ditch or something like that. It's going to make it hard for them to do anything. But you have to use that kind of judgment. Also, if it's just a matter of here's some money, get the hell out, fine. But if they say now we're going for a little ride, no, that's the death ride.
Never go to a second spot.
Yeah, never let them take you to a second location.
No, that's the death ride. We don't do that.
I got robbed at a stop and go.
Yeah.
Up in Brighton.
Yeah. At Brighton?
In Brighton. I'll tell you this is a quick story. I was up there. I wasn't even working. I was there was a young man who had just gotten robbed at the stop and go down in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
And he was there to relax because like, oh no, nothing happens in Brighton.
Yeah, there you go.
So this guy comes in and he's like wearing a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
And he has his hand in his pocket and he says, what do you think of dying? I said, are you kidding? He goes, oh, what do you think of dying? I said, nothing. Are you robbing us? Yes, I'm robbing you, damn it. Okay, so like, all right. And the friend just comes back from the back. He sees my hand up, and he comes up, gets his hands up. We go, okay, so what do you want? Oh, I got, here's the cash. I said, no. You don't want any cash? No. I want a 6-pack of beer.
Well,
6-pack of beer?
it is Brighton after
I want
all.
a 6-pack of beer. Okay. Are you sure you don't want the money? No, man. I want the 6-pack of beer. Okay. All right. We'll just stand by here. You pull that board out. Take whatever you want. Take whatever 6-pack you want. But I got to tell you, we're going to call the cops when you leave. Are you sure you want to do this? You sure you don't want the money? No, man. God damn it. Stop asking. Goes out the door. We call the cops. Cops come in about less than a minute. He was coming around the corner and he pulls in behind the car that the guy got into.
Yeah.
He was in there with 3 other people who didn't know what he did. And there was their car that he got into. Apparently he had told him he would get him some beer. And there were a couple of girls in there. So he was trying to be a big shot. And now he found his car. It wasn't his car. The women were going like they had their hands up. They had to go into the jail to confess what was going on. 3 weeks later, I got to go in and identify the guy.
Yeah.
Found out that he had like a series of parking tickets and some other stuff.
Oh, so he was he was a repeat offender. I mean,
repeat offender, yeah. So I talked to the guy. He says, so I told him the story, and he goes, huh. Goes in, talks to the prosecutor. You know, he's the prosecutor. Comes back out and says, well, you don't have to worry too much about the guy. He's probably going to serve about 4 years because he's got all these other things behind him.
Well, when you got parking tickets and a beer robbery, I mean,
and a beer robbery, and
you put those two together.
Yeah, you think about.
Meanwhile, the
like
guy
2.5
who
years
shot up
per
our house
bottle,
twice
you know?
is only getting 8 years.
But I saw the guy go by, and he was still in that jumpsuit. He had been in for 3 weeks.
Well,
he went by.
You know,
that's my little story.
Yeah,
not as exciting as yours.
No,
mine was a weird one. Yes.
Well, like I say, I've been dealing with the general public for a very long time, and most of my nervous system is dead, as are all my hopes and dreams and desires. But at a certain point, you know, you kind of stand on that one last nerve, the big red pulsing one. It's like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, you found it, ding, 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 you know. So that's the fact that this is someone who I consider to be a friend is just daunting. But you can't, you know, this is where you know what, you can't talk someone out of cancer, right? If you have cancer, if you can't fix that or whatever, you go to a doctor, you go to a medical professional who can address the issue. When you have mental illness, you can't just fix that by,
right.
I'll just be rational with them. No, it's not going to work that way. It just doesn't. I wish that it does. Something has gone wrong, and it needs a medical professional to address what the issue is.
Yeah, a lot of folks with mental health issues end up in the jail system.
Well, that's
and that is not a good place to get treatment for your mental health issues.
No.
The jails are overwhelmed by that, and it's just not adequate.
No, it's not a repeat of Randall P. McMurphy, you know, talking. Although you have to admit, in terms of openings for movies, Jack Nicholson and talking to the doctor from the asylum, having their little dialogue at the beginning of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest,
Nurse Ratchet
is one of the best setups for a movie ever. You know. All right, Doc, let's get to the bottom of Randall P. McMurphy here. Yeah.
Danny DeVito was in that film.
Oh, everyone's in that movie.
Yes.
You know, everybody's got some
Such a good film.
Look, it's one of the, in my lifetime, there's been 2 movies that hit the grand slam. Best actor, best director, best actress, best something scream whatever was the Silence of the Lambs, which, to borrow from Ned, not as funny as I thought it would be. And One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, because I know The Exorcist certainly didn't get all the awards it was due. I don't think The Godfather did. Godfather even get Best Picture? I mean, I can't remember
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, this was at a time, you had Godfather, you had
Both
Sting, you had The
Godfather 1
Exorcist.
and both Godfather and Godfather 2 won Best Picture.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Godfather 3 did not.
No.
Oh no, it won the Raspberry from Harvard, but other than
as
that,
well it should.
I just want to say,
And there was no sequel to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, so sometimes you should stop.
yeah, I just want to say I played Chief.
what would they have
in
called it?
production of
Another one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Another one. Scatman Crothers was
Yeah.
in.
I
One Flew Over the
just want to
Cuckoo's
say I played Chief in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest at our Ann Arbor Civic Theater. So
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And I love that the whole perspective is they changed it in the film, but it was all supposed to take from Chief's perspective. He was like the recording, the observer, in that. And it's again a wonderful sort of play, and wonderful sort of like film about the end of the 70s. Talk about a weird time, just right after Vietnam, and we decide, you know what, that all kind of sucked. Let's grow our hair long, listen to disco music, put on bell bottoms, and drink a lot. And everyone said,
the Bee Gees was the strangest thing about the 70s. The Bee Gees.
the Bee Gees.
The disco movement. That was the strangest thing.
Add some cocaine, and you guys, you got a deal. And by God, we did it till the early 1980s. By goodness gracious.
Yeah, well, if you're going to bring up the Bee Gees, Staying Alive, that is still taught as in CPR classes.
Yeah.
That's how you know how fast to do
Staying alive,
compressions.
staying alive. Huh.
Yep, that is the
Staying
right
alive, staying
pace
alive.
for adult compressions.
Yeah, you don't do breaths anymore. You just do the compression.
Oh dear.
Well, you can still do breaths, but it's it's been 2 years since I recertified. I need to go back. I am no longer certified.
Well, they basically, when they retrained, they said don't do the breaths, because you still get air when you're pushing the chest down. But a lot of people don't want to do the compressions, don't want to do revitalizing, because they don't want to breathe into somebody else's mouth.
Right.
So they're just pushing the compressions, because you still get air coming in as long as the throat is cleared out.
Yeah, because they're going to vomit, and you can't stop because it's gross. You can only stop if someone else takes over or you're physically exhausted. And you can't just go, oh, gross, they vomited, I don't want to save their life anymore. You can't.
Oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can.
The Good Samaritan laws will protect you, but you can't just start and then stop.
I'm afraid at this point, if I encounter you, it's like, oh, that's too bad. Oh, what a tragedy.
If you start, you got to keep going.
Yeah,
I've heard that about a lot of things, but in this particular instance, I would have to say no. We can definitely take a step back. We can tap the brakes.
At that point, I would go and get the jumper cables and then attach the battery.
God.
Try and get
but I did learn 2 years ago when I did recertify. I did learn finally the AED thing, which is really pretty easy to use. Anyone can use it. It just walks you through.
I use the alligator clips and an extension cord, but never mind that. That's just.
Well, I learned from watching Doc Martin a couple. I basically went through Doc Martin, and there's like 2 scenes where they had to bring out those pads. So I got my training.
We got when I was director of a Little League basketball league in Dearborn, we got one of those things, and I said, these kids are all like 3rd through 8th grade. They can run forever. They say, it's not for the kids.
Thanks. Just what are you trying to say?
It's for the referees. It's for the referees, the coaches, and the parents.
Hey, when you were doing that, did they put you through like a big background check?
Sure did.
For Little League, yeah, for sure. for sure.
Absolutely.
I remember
And
Adam Carolla talking
The
about
thing that
how
Mark would when he was picking his teams, you know, these were very competitive leagues. This one that we were in, and you know, Mark would say, "I can't coach height." You want the talk-ins, but also we were in a league that had a tremendous amount of people that celebrate Ramadan. And Mark would be like, when is Ramadan on the calendar? Because some of these kids at 4 p.m. in the afternoon and they haven't eaten all day long might not exactly be doing well at a 4 p.m. game.
Yeah.
So that was a bit rough for some of those
Were
kids.
most of your kids over 12?
The league started at like age 8 and went up to 15, I think, right before high school.
8 through 15, yeah.
Because when I talk to Cowtown, they usually let the kids go on the fasting until they're at 12. Then when they at 12.
Yeah, that's usually about the 6th grade is when they started fasting for Ramadan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so some of those kids, when Ramadan would be during the basketball season, that was pretty rough for those 12 and 13-year-olds.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cowtown, her Ramadan would end at 8 o'clock, and she was at the California Pizza Kitchen scarfing down whatever she could get.
Well, I had one year I asked, she would bring her kids. She had 2 brothers on the team, or maybe they were cousins. I can't remember. But she would bring McDonald's, and I said, you know, McDonald's would be great after practice.
Yes.
Why don't you bring something that's carb filled and will give them energy, but doesn't have all that grease and fat and fast food crap?
Oh, stop it! You're making me so excited.
Ooh, fat.
Grease. No, how can you, like, I guess maybe kids, but I mean, if someone like say, here's the McDonald's, now we need you to run up and down the court. It's like, oh, look at the gasping fat old man dying of a heart attack.
Exactly.
Hey, it's 8:57. Anything else you want to talk about before we say goodbye?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
2.5 minutes. All right, well, I'll start that fancy music then. Hold on.
Yeah.
I always start it and then bring it up.
Wow.
The show comes to a grinding halt because Mark's starting music.
There you go.
He's starting it up
Anyhow, we're supposed to get nicer weather again. Spring can't make up its mind, but it was cold today.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's cold because I don't have AC in my car right now. So.
Yikes! Do they make cars without AC anymore?
No, I turned the heat on today
because I like the old cars. You know, they had the vents and everything. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Which kind of car is this? A rental, Andy, or is this your?
No, it's my old white car. The old white car. It's broken down, but it operates without the AC. I just have to not use it. I'm sorry. Go ahead and say what you're saying. Break free.
Oh, I don't know. Mark starts working on his boat tomorrow at Kensington Metro Park. So if you haven't done the nice ride, they'll start doing weekends. Memorial weekend, and then
we start doing weekends the first week in May. We don't do daily. We don't do
weekends pretty soon, and then it'll be all week from Memorial Weekend till Labor Day, right?
Oh.
So it's a nice little 45-minute boat ride. Admission to the Kensington Metro Park is, I don't know, probably $10 now or something for a day pass. I don't know.
I'm a senior.
But the boat ride is $6.
Free.
Seniors, there's a senior rate.
Yeah, we get the season pass. So.
Is there the Jimmy Hoffa rate? You pay once and you get to ride for the rest of your life?
All right, we're out of time.
All right.
Stick around.
I will.
We'll stick around.
I have some information for you that I didn't want to put on the air.
No.
This has been the off night. We meet here every Monday night. Join us, please. Go ahead, contact any of these people here. We're all on Facebook. We're all in YouTube. We're all in all these other places. We used to go to the clubs around town. You'll see us there every once in a while. Especially Jason, we're trying to get him back up there. Anyway, we'll be here next Monday night at 8 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.